Hello. I just thought I'd come on here and share some of my thoughts. It is after the election, and it has been extremely challenging. I'm not a conspiracy theory person. However, it is not going to surprise me at all if after this administration is over, it turns out, or it comes out, or at some point between now and then, it comes out that he had help from Russia. All for entertainment purposes only, of course. Now, right now, things are what they are. And it is really, I know there's a lot of people out there hurting, grieving. I know, I can feel you. I have been, since the early voting started up until now, I've been physically feeling people in their tenseness and their anxiety and nervousness and their grief, their sorrow. I've been in physical pain. It's been very challenging. But nonetheless, and why did I say all that to say, yes, I'm feeling it too, because I knew, and I still know, that she won that election. Kamala won that election. But we cannot waddle in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or would have been, and whatever. It is time to get very, very real, though, because this means that Project 2025 is going into play. And what does that mean for you? What does that mean for your family? What does that mean for this economy? I know that back in 2020, in that time, and I wasn't thinking about an election being this year, but I kept saying, after 2024, things get batshit crazy. I kept saying that to everybody. But I didn't equate it to this election. And it was confusing to me because I just knew that Kamala will have this election. Now, things are the way that they are. And when I thought that she would have it, the election, I thought like the craziness would come mainly from natural disaster, one after the other, after the other, after the other, having its ripple effects here and there as it would. Now things didn't turn out that way. Now we are where we are. And I know back in 2020, I would also say I felt like everything that we were going through, that I for sure was going through, I felt like they were practice runs. I felt like COVID was the practice run. Not saying it was that it was a man-made thing. I'm not saying that at all, because I don't believe it was. I believe it was a natural, like every X amount of hundreds of years, there is a nature does what it does. But I felt that COVID was a preview of what was to come. I remember back in 2020 saying that I felt like after COVID, what comes next makes COVID look like a joke. And now it's all like making sense to me. In 2020, when 2021, when everybody was home during the lockdown, a lot of people did gardening. A lot of people did food prep. A lot of people did homemade stuff. I felt like we were getting practice. This was a practice run for what was to come, what you were going to need, what we are all going to need. And I feel that being as we know who's going to be in the administration and what the playbook is going to be, Project 2025, our healthcare system, it is going to collapse. Well, and I'm saying prepare for the worst. I'm saying there's a chance Social Security will get cut. They're talking about cutting the Department of Education. All these things that we have already been told what's in Project 2025. And now I think that we should start being real and preparing for what may very well come. Food shortages, like when you were gardening, you need to start picking that back up. I feel like all of everybody just getting out the way they did after the lockdown was over, and it was like, I remember saying way back then, I said people were going to act like it went away and nothing ever happened. And we've had travel upon record numbers on this so-called horrible economy. I promise you, these planes are taking off way more than they did before. We've had record travel. Stock market has been a continual climb. Truth be told, stock market has been a continual climb since Obama was in office. Go look at the Dow, go back however many years, that is still going up and up and up. Now Trump gonna come in and talking about he's the one taking credit of it. Baloney. I think it's going up and up more because we the people have more access to the stock market before. We have apps like Robinhood and Moomoo and Crypto.com and all those independent financial apps that you can invest yourself. Versus going to brokerage and the fees and having to have large amounts of money just to even enter into the door. Well, all that's been taken away, and now the everyday man is able to invest themselves. That's the other reason why I've started. I'm going to start putting out notifications weekly for these entities that pay dividends weekly, and I'll let you know what the price is for that week. And that's all in the part of preparing yourselves, stacking up your money, saving up your money. I think we should start stocking up on food, your things that you need, things that you would need. Buy that extra pair of diapers, pack of diapers if you're able to. Help out those if you can, family members. The toothpaste, the soap, the shampoos, the laundry detergent, first aid kits. Be prepared for power outages. I have felt power outages for a long time, and I feel like Texas was another preview. We watched an entire state go out with power in the winter. Get blankets, prepare, if you can get things that are solar so that you can be able to generate your own power. It's one of those generators. I plan to get those generators that's solar powered, so you don't have to worry about the fuel. I know I'm going everywhere. Speaking on it, I just feel like prepare for power outages, prepare for harsh winters, prepare for real natural disasters. And I don't think that you should be confident enough that the government's going to help. I think the government is going to just pass it off and hand everything back down to the states, like literally, to where probability that this is the beginning of some states receding from the union. And whether it's in Texas first or up in the Oregon area, I don't know, but I just feel like this is the beginning of changes to come. And I don't mean to sound so doom and gloom, especially when I'm always talking about love and light. I do believe that you should continue to stand in your love, trust, and I'm not speaking none of this out of fear. Don't get that twisted. I'm not speaking at fear at all. But I do know how to keep a roof over my head, and so should you. I'm speaking up on that level. Doesn't mean that you're in fear. You can still send your love and your light and send peace and send calm and be there for your fellow man. Remember, the best thing that you can do in the universe is to serve another, to help another. And that's what we're really here to, one of the things that we're here to learn how to do, and we're coming into that time. I believe that, like, if you didn't pay attention to what was in Project 2025, now is the time too. And then look in there to see, is like, okay, what kind of changes are going to be made, and how is that going to affect me? How is that going to affect you? These are questions that you really should be asking yourself. Yeah, it hurts right now. Yeah, but hey, dust them knees off, dry them eyes, and start thinking seriously as the possibilities of what could happen at this point forward. Because he's already shown us in the past how he handled a pandemic. Let another one come along and see how easily things can get out just chaotic. Because he is the way that he is, and he has clearly shown you who he is, and I believe he has shown me who he is, and I believe him, and I think you should too. And it ain't about you, it's going to be all about him and all his buddies and his oligarchs who he wants to rub elbows with. This is serious. Oh, this is so serious. And stock up on your candles. Get some extra blankets. I say now is the time to be preparing for the possibility of the worst. So you're talking about ending Social Security. Okay, how's that going to help out with work out for the elderly? Your elders, your parents, your aunties and uncles, or maybe even you. To me, it makes sense now, back in 2020, when I kept feeling like the nursing field was the field to go into. And it wasn't for the purpose of to have it in a career, it was just to have the knowledge, because of the way that things are getting ready to turn. I really do not want to sound doom and gloom. I don't want to scare anybody, but you listen to prophecies foretold. Things are lining up. And that's just being real. So that's that. Thank you for listening. Leave a comment, please. Subscribe. Help me raise my viewership and my subscribers with my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. That's my ask, and thank you. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What came to you in 2020? What visions came to you, and what dreams and that went away and now they've come back? And you're like, I remember that now. If COVID happened all over again and you knew it was coming, how would you prepare? What would you do differently? And I say think along those lines right now. Just me being me. Chat later.